Hello viewers, still on to Mentors on Me show with Olumide Benson, and we are still in the business of showcasing brand, even as we also ensure that such brand is well positioned for global patronage. I want to believe that by now you must have been warming up to start up your business, and if you are already in the business, then you must have been trying to readjust based on the discourse and what you must have been able to pick from our previous views, talking about the 7 major guides to starting or owning a business. We've talked about several points. We've talked about even from the first to the 5th point, and this very view we are going to be expatiating on the 6th point. The first point is the idea that you need, and then we talked about your know-how, we talked about your passion, your drive, and your willpower. We move further to talk about how you need to source your finance. We also talked about how you also need to bring up a working strategy. But today we will be emphasizing on one very sensitive aspect of business that most business don't consider, or sometimes they overlook, or sometimes they even undermine the efficacy of this very aspect. Some see it as part of the things that need to be put together in their business, especially when it comes to when you are starting from a medium scale level to a large scale level. It's always one thing that is always prepared for, and that is always inculcated into the startup of the organization. But for most people who start on a small scale business, they really don't consider it. Some don't even know the importance of it, and for this medium scale business who knows the importance of it, yet they undermine the effect of it. So today we are going to be talking about no any other point but record keeping. Now I need to make us understand that it is record keeping that will determine how far your business will grow, which means that it is how good and how well you can keep record that will take your business from a small scale business to either a medium scale business, and then to a large scale business, even from a large scale business to becoming a public limited enterprise, or to becoming any large kind of business, to even becoming a multinational company. So this aspect is so crucial that you cannot undermine its effect. Now everything with respect to the success of your business is anchored on record keeping. So which means that from the onset we must be able to keep every record with respect to our business. Now in terms of record, what are the things that we need to keep as record? What is really record keeping? Record keeping is not limited to you keeping your cash flow statement. It's not limited to you just keeping keeping the record of your expenditure and then keeping the record of your profit, but it comprises keeping record of everything that has to do with your business with respect to the record of your assets, record of your liability, record of your customers requests, your decisions that you make within your company, and everything that has to do with the company. So record keeping is so crucial that we just cannot undermine the importance of it. There are so many numerous importance to record keeping, but we'll be examining some few randomly. There's so much that we cannot even touch, even if we have to do several views on this. Yet we won't be able to exhaust it because it's inexhaustive. But however, we will be picking some very crucial points randomly with respect to record keeping, and to make us know how the whole of our business, the growth of the whole of our business, is anchored on record keeping. Importance to record keeping that we are going to be examining now is that for every decision you want to make with respect to your business that is existing, and then the business that you are even also just starting up, if you are making a decision and you are just making the decision on speculation, then I'm sorry that you may not get the desired result. Which means to say that one of the greatest importance of record keeping is that it helps you to make a profitable decision in businesses. Now what do I mean to say is that it ensures that your decision is not speculative, but your decision is based on facts and figures, based on empirical analysis that is available to you. How does this affect your decision making? For every decision you want to make towards the progress of your organization, you must know what is available per time in terms of your availability. You must know your income, you must know your expenditure, you must know your assets, and then you must know even the details of your customer. What are your customers' demand? What are the things that your customer has been clamoring for? What has been their complaint about your services? What has been your evaluation about the market? Now, the things that you have purchased, what time did you buy them? The asset that you have, what is their worth at the moment? Stuff like that. So all those things put together when it comes to you making a decision in your organization, or any decision that will affect your business positively. So you cannot make any good decision if you do not have empirical facts, if you do not have facts and figures. If you are making a business decision and the business decision is mostly on speculation, then you may not be able to get the desired result. But record keeping will allow you to be able to make definite decisions that will end up giving you the desired result with respect to your business. Now, when we now talk about making decision, it's also a bit ambiguous. It's encompassing. Decision can be anything. There's a whole lot that is attached to the decision. So we are not going to break this down, looking at other importance, other advantages of record keeping, which will complement this decision making. So one of the very crucial things that record keeping also helps us to do for any business, either be it a small scale business, a large scale business, a medium scale business, or a business that you are just starting up, is that record helps you to make projection for your business. Now, what is projection? Projection oftentimes are the forecast we do in business. Take for instance, if by analysis you understand that if you spend X amount of money, if you are going to be, let's assume that you are into production and you have spent X amount of money, and that X amount of money has helped you to be able to make a production of Y amount. Now, with the X amount of money that you have put in to be able to make a production of Y amount, then you can now make projection that henceforth I do not want to make Y level of production, I want to make 2Y level of production. And now you know that with X amount of money you are only able to achieve Y level of production. So with your these figures are there for you to now forecast that henceforth I want to be making 2Y level of production. It means that you already know that it costs you just X amount of money to be able to make Y level of production. So for you to now achieve 2Y level of production, it means that you just have to double your X amount of money, which means your X amount of money will automatically become 2X amount of money to be able to get 2Y level of production. In a nutshell, what that is saying is that the record that you have kept, knowing the exact figure that is needed to be able to achieve a particular thing, has helped you to be able to make a projection. To be able to make a projection in the sense that, and not just about the fact that the X amount of money is going to help you to get Y amount of production, but with the fact that the X amount of money spent within a particular period of time will give you Y amount of money. You cannot project that you want to make 2Y level of production, and the only thing that it will require for you to make 2Y level of production, you've been able to understand it because of the fact that you have kept your record. You know that the only thing you need to do is to just increase your level of input, which is the X, and then you double it to become 2X. So one of the importance of our record keeping is that it also helps us to know the worth of our business per time. It is when you have adequate record that everything, every activity with respect to your business, it has to do with both your purchase, your income, and everything. If it is all recorded, and that's when you can be able to evaluate your business and be able to give a specific word to it per time. If you have all your assets, the proof to it, and then with this you can now quantify everything with respect to the business, and then you can be able to know that this is what my business worth per time. So basically that is one of the major functions of record keeping. Now let us also look at some other things that are so important with respect to record keeping. Now for legal reasons, record keeping can also be a way to secure our interests when it comes to legality with respect to business, in the sense that everything that is claimed on the business can be substantiated. Take for instance, you have the receipt of all your purchase, you have everything being filed out, and so that will be able to help you when it comes to legality, for you to be able to substantiate your claim and your point. And more so when it comes to legality in terms of your civic responsibility to your host community, your host society with respect to things like tax. Now if you have adequate record of your activities, you can be rest assured that cannot be overtaxed, and neither can you be shortchanged with tax, in the sense that with your record you can lay claim. If you feel that you are overtaxed, you can lay claim with which your record can substantiate, which would also help you to be able to say this is your profit, this is your loss, because your tax that you pay per time is dependent upon the profit that you make and the loss that you make. So sometimes if you feel that the tax officers are not doing their duties enough, and you feel that you are either overcharged, or you feel that at that point in time you have not made any gain, and so you are not supposed to pay any tax, then all you need to do to be able to back this up is just with your record, which has to do with your cash flow and some other details that you have with your business. So basically, these are the things that record keeping can help us to overcome. More so, like I said earlier on from the start of this talk, is that record keeping is what will determine how far you can take your business from a small scale to medium scale and to large scale. Now, this is because when you want to take your business from one level to another, of course you require funds. Sometimes those funds may not be available within. It may be that you have to borrow those funds. Now, for you to be able to borrow those funds, then there must be record. You must be able to tender to show your profit margin, to show your cash flow. For every financial institution that will borrow you money for a business, that's why sometimes we always say that it may not be so visible for you to be able to get loan with a startup business, because there are records that you need to tender. So when you already have a record, when the business is existing and you already have a record, it is easy for you to walk into any financial institution and then request for loan, because you can easily state what your profit is per time, and then the financial institution will be able to have something to substantiate your probability of being able to pay back whatever loan has been given to you. So looking at it from that angle, you will see that keeping record is so essential that the growth of your business at every point in time depends on record keeping. No matter the level of fund that you think you want to access, no matter how small the fund is, no matter how large the fund is, if you have a record, a cash flow that is interesting enough, you have a good record that you can tender at every point in time, then every investor will listen to you, because you can easily tell the investor that, look, at so point in time, this is how much I've made, and which means that at so point in time to come, I can still make this amount of money. So if I make this amount of money, if you borrow me X amount of money, with this amount of money, this is my profit after all my overhead expenses, after making all my expenditure. This is the profit I have left. Now with this profit, I will be able to spread the loan that I'm getting from you across a period of time, and I'll be able to pay it back. And so it's a very crucial thing. So that's just one of the points with respect to record keeping. The other one is that record keeping also helps us to also evaluate the cash at hand at every point in time. It makes us know the cash that we have with respect to our business. The other point that is also important with record keeping, that it makes us know the demand of our customers, because when you have a customer relationship section that keeps the record of your customer demands and your customers complaint, then when you now want to make decision with respect to your product and services, then you know how better to be able to serve your customer, because you already have their perception, you already have their complaint, you have their demands and their need at every point in time. So you can imagine how record keeping can help you make a fantastic decision at every point in time. Now I also just want to look at just one more advantage to record keeping, which is it also helps us to evaluate the performance of our staff. When you keep your record at every point in time, you can be able to tell the contribution of every staff to the progress of your organization, and with this you can be able to evaluate his own performance or her own performance, to the extent that you can know if this staff is still relevant, or is performing to duty, or is performing based on the remuneration is getting. So that's how far record keeping can take us. We can, just like I said earlier on, record keeping is so inexhaustive when it comes to making decisions with business, and when it comes to growth in every business. But for now, we just want us to digest this few points, and then we want us to ruminate over it and know how we can take advantage of this with respect to record keeping. And so at this point, I would just want us to look at the red button, which is our subscribe button, to subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, and then we can always have updates videos with respect to other views and other points, and other issues as it concerns our business that we will be discussing. So, and we can always send us comments via our social media handles. Just like I've always said, we are still present on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are also on Instagram, and we are also on LinkedIn with Mentors and Me TV. So please keep the fire burning, stay safe, cheers.